Hello there, Kabelo. Alright, so you got your exam coming up in about 8 days' time. So normally we are faster with our Ielts corrections, but we've just got a backlog. We've got so many students using the service at the moment, so we're just getting through, and that's why I'm jumping in actually and helping out. So let's see, the prison question. While some prisoners might always be a bad influence, there are always a number of them who become better people once they leave prison. Beautiful. I agree with this idea that they are the best people to talk to teenagers, as I believe they provide a first-hand experience of being there and they have a better understanding of how to stay out of trouble. Super. Great introduction so far. First-hand experience is real and not hypothetical, although there are a number of resources that might describe how life is in prison. Nothing compares to the description of someone who has lived the experience. Great. Former prisoners know how it feels to be locked in a cell for multiple hours a day and to be given the bare minimum of human needs. Super. Prisoners describing the first-hand experience has a better chance. Let's just see. Prisoners will have a better chance. We'll have a better chance. Let's just see. Stands a better chance. That's the one. Let's just see what Google Docs say. I think stands is better. Stands a better chance of deterring teenagers from putting themselves in the same situations. This is one of the reasons I believe teenagers might benefit more from hearing directly from former prisoners. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, here's some advice. I think if we put an example in here, in this body paragraph, I think one, you'll extend the length, which I think is probably necessary. This is a little bit thin. It's a little bit on the short side for a band 7 body paragraph. If you put a real world example, okay? For example, in Arizona, when the local community started introducing prisoners to school children, future incarceration rates or future prison populations dropped significantly. This is largely due to teenagers hearing directly from former prisoners or something like that. Okay, just a real world example there. Even if it's invented, it just has to sound realistic. At the end of the day, this is a language exam. It's not a test of intelligence. So your communication is perfect, is excellent. But if we can just extend this paragraph, it would be much, much better. People who have been in prison know and understand how they can prevent themselves from being in situations that might lead to them committing dangerous crimes or crimes that are committed. Great vocabulary here. Okay. Usually have a number of events that lead up to the crime, as well as various external influences such as poverty and peer pressure. Okay, former prisoners have a better understanding of how and when they could have stopped themselves from getting involved. Great. For example, teenagers surrounding themselves with friends who tend to commit crimes, or teenagers who feel like they have to commit robberies in order to survive. Former prisoners can advise teenagers on how to remove themselves from company. Okay, I think that sounds from a company. No, that's fine. Ignore the Google suggestion there. That might lead them to commit such crimes. Okay, good. This is another important lesson I believe teenagers can learn from people who have served time in prison. Okay, super. Fine. Let me just see. Are we doing academic? Okay, yeah, we are doing academic. Just be aware of using these personal pronouns for your academic essay. For general, you don't have to worry that much, but we can see we've got a bit of repetition of the same structures here. Okay, 3 times. So what could we say? So I think if we finish with the therefore sentence, just to wrap up the body paragraph, okay, therefore it is clear that teenagers can learn significant or can gain significant insights from those who have served time in prison. Okay, and this is just kind of more of an improvement rather than a correction. Okay, so if we can move it away from the active voice even and maybe write it in the passive voice, that's another way we can avoid these structures, okay, or these personal pronouns. In conclusion, while there are people who think all prisoners carry a negative influence, good, there are some well-reformed prisoners that may serve as mentors in deterring teenagers from committing dangerous crimes. Great. I believe that one great influence is enough to deter teenagers from getting into trouble. Super. Okay, so the vocabulary here, again, we've got the I believe. That's 4 times we have I believe. Okay. And great influence is okay, but if we're going for a band 7 or higher, we want to use more sophisticated, slightly more advanced vocabulary here. All right. Significant, or even a better grammar structure as well. Okay, so I think you're around a band 6.5 or a 7. I think with your task 2, I'll have to look at your task 1. But looking at your language skills, I think a 7.5 is definitely within reach. Probably in about a month, 6 weeks of hard work, maybe going through our course. I think we'll get our Ielts examiners reviewing your work. We could most likely get you to 7.5. Okay. The reason I'm saying that is because your language skills are amazing, exceptionally good, refreshingly good. However, we do need to work on the essay skills, the exam skills. These come a lot quicker. And in our online course, I think you'd definitely benefit from using some of the structures we share in the online course. Okay, let's move on to academic task 1. The bar chart compares the life expectancy of women and men of 4 different countries of birth and at the age of 65. That's fine. Okay. And at 65, you're right. My mistake. And at the age of 65, fine. Overall, life expectancy decreases between birth and old age, regardless of region and gender. In both age groups, women appear to have a higher life expectancy than men. Beautiful. Now, this is an important observation. You've grouped the data. Okay. Now, a lot of essay correctors just focus on this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. I like to point out what you've done well, so you do it again. Okay. So grouping the data like you've done here and making these observations are fantastic. Okay. So keep doing that. At birth, males and females in England have the highest life expectancy, which is approximately 77.2 respectively. Great. In contrast to citizens of Scotland, whose life is estimated to be females. Great. The life expectancy at birth in Wales and Northern Ireland is fairly similar in 2006, with only a 0.5 year difference in males and a 0.1 year difference in females. Great. Another example of fantastic grouping of data here, so well done. At the age of 65, England also has the highest life expectancy compared to the other 4 countries. Beautiful. Much like at birth, Scottish citizens also have the lowest life expectancy at the age of 65. Females expected to live until 18.6, males of 15.5. Super. So again, what I like here, which you've done well, is you've observed the maximums and the minimums. Okay, and you've used the superlatives here, so fantastic. Always use your superlatives in your academic task 1. Okay, maybe in some cases, as in the map, might not be necessary, but in most cases, you want to highlight the maximums and the minimums because these are key data points the examiner expects you to report. Males in Wales and Northern Ireland have the same life expectancy of 19.5, whereas females in the same countries had a difference of approximately 0.1 years. Super, very complete academic task 1. That's definitely going to help you with your 7.5. So fantastic there. You've got most of the data, you grouped it, you selected the relevant points, you made comparisons. Super work there, Kabelo. Now, what I suggest is there isn't enough time for you to work through our course, so maybe carry on writing your essays, carry on with your preparation. If you do not get your 7.5, which you're aiming for, then get in contact and we can help you get there. You can join us with the online course and we can correct more essays, help you improve, and we'll give you the structures, the exam skills you need in order to get that 7.5. Okay, good luck with your exam and have a super day.